You got to understand something. Not everybody that smiles at you is solid. Not everybody that shows love really means it. Some people come around just to see what you got, not to build with you. They want access to your energy, your vision, your grind, but they don't bring anything to the table but noise. You can't let everybody sit at your table because the wrong energy will poison your peace faster than you think. When you're on your way up, people start showing up out of nowhere. They act like they always believed in you, but truth is, they just recognize your value once it started shining. And if you're too friendly, too open, too trusting, they'll drain you dry before you even realize what's happening. You got to learn how to read intentions, not words. Actions always tell you who's real. See, access is a privilege, not a right. Just because somebody knows you don't mean they deserve your time. You work too hard to build your mindset, your peace, your lane. And if you let the wrong people in, they'll bring confusion, jealousy, and distraction into a space you build out of focus and pain. You got to protect that. The truth is, when you start separating yourself, people gonna call you cold. They'll say you changed. But that's just because they can't use you no more. They don't miss you, they miss the benefits of being close to you. That's when you know you made the right move. You can't save everybody. You can't help everybody. Some people don't want to grow. They just want to stand next to someone who did. They don't want the work, they want the image. They'll drain your energy, pretending to be loyal. But loyalty ain't loud, it's proven when you're not around. You can't teach hunger to somebody comfortable with being average. So you gotta build walls, not out of hate, but out of respect for your own energy. Every level you climb requires more focus, and focus don't live where distractions do. You can love people from a distance. You can wish them well and still move without them. Don't confuse loyalty with attachment. Some people were only meant to be chapters, not the whole story. When you start protecting your space, you move different. You talk less, listen more. You realize silence is stronger than attention. Real ones don't broadcast everything. They let their results talk. You start to notice peace feels better than popularity. You stop explaining your vision to people who can't even see themselves clearly. And here's the thing, when you limit access, you increase value. That's real power. That's how kings move. You don't see them everywhere, shaking hands, chasing validation. They step in with purpose, they speak with meaning, and they exit with silence. That's how you maintain mystery and respect. Everybody can't walk your path because everybody wasn't built for your pain. They didn't sacrifice what you did. They didn't lose what you lost. So they can't understand the discipline it takes to protect what you built. You owe yourself that boundary. Let people think what they want. Let them talk. You don't got to prove nothing. Your growth speaks louder than gossip. Every time you choose peace over attention, discipline over desire, focus over comfort, you win silently. And that's how you separate yourself. The real test of maturity is learning who deserves access to you, not based on how long they've known you, but on how they move around you. You can't elevate if you keep carrying dead weight. Sometimes love means letting go. Sometimes respect means saying no. Keep your circle tight. Keep your energy pure. Don't apologize for protecting your peace. It's not arrogance, it's awareness. You can't pour into people who never pour back. Protect your space like it's sacred, because it is. And remember, you don't lose people when you set boundaries. You lose people who were never meant to stay. That's not a loss, that's clarity. Every time you pull back from fake energy, you make room for real connections. You make room for growth, for peace, for purpose. So yeah, stop being too friendly. Stop being real with yourself. Not everyone deserves access. And once you understand that, you stop chasing approval and start walking in power. There's a big difference between being liked and being respected. Most people don't see it though. They spend their whole life trying to be accepted, trying to fit in, trying to make everybody comfortable. And in the process, they lose themselves. They forget that real power don't come from being liked. It comes from standing firm on who you are, even when it makes people uncomfortable. Respect over approval, that's the code. See, when you chase approval, you start adjusting your values just to keep people happy. You water down your truth so you don't offend nobody. You move different just to stay liked. But when you live like that, you become a reflection of what people want you to be, not who you really are. That's a dangerous place to live. Because the moment you start performing, those same people disappear. The same ones that said they love you only love the version of you that served them. Respect don't work like that. Respect is built on consistency, on how you move when nobody's watching. It's earned through discipline, integrity, and how you carry yourself in moments of pressure. You don't got to be loud to be respected. You don't got to explain your moves or defend your choices. Real ones feel your energy without you saying a word. Respect is silent, but it's strong. Too many people chase attention thinking it'll bring validation. They want to be seen, reposted, mentioned, but attention is cheap. Respect is expensive. Anybody can get attention. You just got to do something loud or reckless. But to get respect, you got to stay solid for years. You got to stand on principles that don't change with opinions. When you choose respect over approval, you stop caring about fitting in. You stop saying yes to things that don't align with your purpose. You learn that no is a full sentence. You learn that peace is better than popularity. It's a different type of confidence when you're not controlled by people's opinions. You move freer because you know your worth don't depend on how many people clap for you. You'll lose some people when you start moving like that, and that's fine, because real ones don't need you to shrink for them. They don't need you to be available every time they call. They respect your boundaries. They understand that growth requires space. Approval seekers won't get that. They'll call you distant, fake, selfish, but that's just projection. What they really mean is you stop being convenient. People respect what's consistent. If your energy changes every time you're around someone new, you'll never be taken seriously. Stay rooted. Be the same person, whether you in a room full of strangers or your day ones. You don't need to perform to be accepted. The ones who really matter will recognize your authenticity, and the ones who don't were never supposed to be in your circle anyway. Respect starts from within. You can't expect people to treat you better than you treat yourself. If you move like you're desperate for validation, people gonna sense that energy and use it. But if you carry yourself with self-respect, quiet confidence, not arrogance, the world adjusts to that. You set the tone for how people approach you. Approval fades fast. One day they love you, the next day they forget you. But respect lasts even when you're not in the room. People speak your name differently when they know you stand for something. That's legacy. That's how leaders are remembered, not because they made everyone happy, but because they stood on truth, even when it cost them. You gotta understand, approval is emotional, but respect is foundational. You can't build something lasting off temporary opinions. You can't grow while begging for validation. Every time you choose authenticity over acceptance, you grow stronger. Every time you say no to something that don't match your values, you gain power. That's how you level up, not by pleasing people, but by honoring your principles. When you start walking in that truth, your energy changes. You stop chasing love and start attracting it. You stop explaining yourself and start inspiring others to stand firm too. You realize that not everyone's supposed to understand your vision. Some people just meant to watch from a distance, and that's okay. At the end of the day, you gotta decide what matters more, being liked for who you pretend to be, or respected for who you truly are. Approval is about ego. Respect is about legacy. The crowd might cheer for you today, but respect, that's what makes people still speak your name when you're gone. So stop chasing acceptance. Move with purpose. Stay solid and demand respect without saying a word. You'll know who's really for you when you step back. When you stop calling every day. When you stop showing up every time they need something. That's when the truth starts revealing itself. Loyalty don't show up when you're standing next to someone. It shows when you're miles away and their respect for you don't change. See, anybody can pretend when the energy's good, when the money's flowing, when everything's shining, but when life get quiet, when you're focused on your grind, that's when real loyalty speaks. A lot of people mistake presence for loyalty. They think because someone's always around, they solid. Being close don't mean being real. Some people hang around because of what they can get, not because of who you are. They want your access, not your connection. They laugh with you, take pictures with you, post you up like family, but the minute you pull back, the energy shifts. That's why distance is powerful. It exposes intentions without confrontation. When you take a step back, watch who reaches out, watch who checks in without needing something, watch who keeps your name solid when you're not around. That's loyalty. That's love without conditions. Real ones don't need your presence to stay connected. They respect your absence because they understand the mission you're on. They know growth takes space. I learned that distance don't break real bonds. It only tests them. The people who are tied to you spiritually will still move with you even when you're not there physically. They'll pray for you, defend you, root for you quietly. That's loyalty in its purest form. You can't fake that. Fake love needs constant validation. It needs to be fed attention to survive. Real love, real loyalty. It's patient, it's mature, Don't crumble just because you went ghost for a while. People that really rock with you understand that silence don't mean disconnection. It means discipline. It means focus. It means you're handling business. Sometimes you got to disappear just to see who notices. And don't take it personal when some don't. Because truth is, some people are only connected to your presence, not your purpose. They like the lights you gave off, but they were never built to walk with you through the dark. And when you start growing, when your priorities change, their energy gets exposed. They'll say you switched up, but really you just outgrew what was never loyal in the first place. The real ones, though, they don't complain. They don't guilt trip you. They understand that everybody got seasons where they need to move different. They give you space, and when you circle back, it's all love. No awkwardness, no hidden tension. That's loyalty built on respect, not convenience. You gotta learn to value that, because in this world, loyalty rare. You can find 1,000 people to celebrate with, but maybe 2 that'll stand with you when everything falls apart. Distance helps you see that. It clears the crowd, exposes the cloud chasers, and leaves you with the ones who truly believe in you. Sometimes the best way to protect your peace is to step away, not out of ego, but out of wisdom. Because being too available makes people take you for granted. You got to show them that your time and energy come with value, and whoever's real will adjust. They'll understand that your absence don't mean you forgot them. It means you're focused on building something bigger. You'll notice too that when you create distance, some people will start telling stories. They'll question your loyalty, your love, your character, but don't defend yourself. Time always reveals who is solid. The truth always surfaces. Let your consistency speak louder than your words. And when those who stay loyal see your success, they'll know it's theirs too, because they believe when they couldn't see. That's a bond money can't buy and fame can't fake. Loyalty is quiet. It don't ask for credit. It don't keep score. It's felt in how someone speaks about you when you're not there. It's shown in how they protect your name, how they respect your time, how they move when you're not around to watch. So don't measure loyalty by who's standing next to you. Measure by who stands behind you when you're not looking. Real loyalty don't need to be seen. It's proven in distance, in silence, in time. That's the kind of energy that lasts. That's the kind of people you build legacy with. Everything else is temporary noise. Energy is the real money, not the kind you keep in your pocket, the kind you carry inside you. Every thought, every move, every word you speak spends energy. You can't see it, but it's the most valuable thing you got. How you use it determines what kind of life you build. Some people spend energy like it's free, giving it to gossip, drama, and people that don't bring nothing back. Then they wonder why they feel drained, lost, and stuck. You gotta treat your energy like currency. Spend it wisely, invest it in purpose, and protect it from anything that don't give you a return. You ever notice how being around certain people leaves you tired, even if you didn't do nothing physical? That's because energy transfer. You absorb what you're around. If you hang with negativity long enough, it starts to feel normal. That's why you gotta be mindful of who you let in your space. Protecting your peace ain't weakness, it's maintenance. You can't grow in chaos. You can't manifest abundance surrounded by people comfortable with lack. Every day you wake up with a limited balance of energy. How you spend it defines your results. Some people waste it proving themselves. Some waste it reacting to hate. Some waste it chasing people who already showed they don't care. That's emotional debt. You keep paying for connections that never paid you back. The smarter move is to start budgeting your energy. Save it for what matters, for what builds you. Because once your energy's gone, your focus, your drive, your creativity, they all go with it. When you start seeing energy as currency, you stop giving discounts. You stop entertaining meaningless conversations. Stop arguing with people who don't think past yesterday. You stop trying to fix what's not meant to be fixed. You realize that peace costs something. It costs distance, silence, and discipline. You don't owe access to everybody. Your energy is sacred, and when you treat it that way, you start attracting people who respect it too. Every move you make, every place you go, every person you deal with, it's either a deposit or a withdrawal. Some people fill you up, push you forward, remind you who you are. Others drain you, confuse you, slow you down. The trick is learning to tell the difference. You can love somebody and still protect your energy from them. That's maturity. That's growth. See, when your energy is strong, you attract opportunities. When your energy's low, even blessings can't reach you. The world responds to your frequency. If your vibe is frustration, doubt, and fear, that's what you'll keep running into. But when you walk with gratitude, purpose, and clarity, doors start opening without you even knocking. That's not magic, that's alignment. People be chasing money, but ignoring the energy that makes it. Money follows energy. You can't grind with an empty spirit. You can't build something real if your mindset's tired and cluttered. Take care of your inner world first, because everything outside of you is a reflection of it. You can't expect abundance if your energy broke. Sometimes the most powerful move you can make is stepping away to recharge. Isolation ain't loneliness, it's alignment. That's where you get your clarity, your strength, your vision back. You can't pour from an empty cup. So don't feel guilty for resting, for saying no, for walking away. Protecting your energy is how you keep your purpose alive. And don't forget, your energy introduces you before you even speak. People feel it. It's in your eyes, your posture, your presence. When your energy's right, you don't gotta beg for respect or attention. It comes naturally. That's why you gotta move with intention. Don't let frustration or fear guide your steps. Move with calm, with confidence, that's power. Start spending your energy like you want a return. Invest it in people who motivate you, in work that fulfills you, in habits that build you. Every conversation, every thought, every action, make sure it's pushing you towards something better. Because where attention goes, energy flows. And where energy flows, reality grows. At the end of the day, you can't fake energy. You can fake smiles, fake support, fake love, but the vibe never lies. Protect yours like it's your last dollar. Don't let negativity bankrupt your spirit. Stay focused, stay intentional, and remember, the real wealth ain't what you got, it's how you feel. Energy is the currency of your soul. Spend it like you're building something eternal. Most people move off emotion, not vision. They let how they feel decide what they do, and that's why they stay stuck in cycles. One day they motivated, the next day lost. One day they want to build, the next day ready to quit. That's what happens when your emotions run your life. You stay reacting instead of creating. But when you move with purpose, everything changes. Purpose keeps you grounded when emotions try to pull you in 1,000 directions. Purpose gives you direction when the noise gets loud. It's what separates the ones who dream from the ones who execute. Emotion is temporary, but purpose is eternal. Emotions come and go. They high today, low tomorrow. You can't build consistency off something that shifts with the weather. You got to train yourself to act from discipline, not impulse. That's how you grow. You can't let anger make your choices or ego decide your steps. You got to think bigger than how you feel right now. Every decision you make got to feed your long-term vision, not your short-term mood. That's how real elevation works. People who move off emotion always chase something. They chase validation, revenge, comfort, but never progress. They get caught reacting to everything instead of creating their lane. Emotion will have you losing focus, arguing with people who don't matter, wasting time explaining your worth. Purpose will have you too focused to respond, too locked in to care. That's power. That's control. You ever notice how emotions make you blind? When you're angry, you stop thinking clearly. When you're desperate, you make weak moves. When you're lonely, you settle for what don't serve you. That's why you gotta breathe, step back, and remind yourself of the mission. Every time you react off emotion, you give somebody else control over you. But when you move with purpose, you become untouchable. Nobody can pull you off your path because you know why you're moving. Purpose requires patience. Emotion wants everything now. Purpose understands that timing matters. You can't rush what's meant for you. You just keep showing up, keep building, keep growing. The process don't care about your feelings. It cares about your consistency. Some days you're going to feel uninspired. Some days you're going to feel tired. But if your purpose is strong enough, you move anyway. That's the difference between motivation and discipline. Motivation fades, discipline stays. When you live by emotion, you always need a reason to keep going. When you live by purpose, you keep going no matter what. You don't stop when it gets hard, you just adjust. You don't fold when people doubt you. You just prove it in silence. Purpose keeps you calm in chaos. It reminds you who you are when everything around you tries to test it. See, emotion reacts, purpose plans. Emotion seeks validation. Purpose seeks results. Emotion talks. Purpose executes. You can't mix the two and expect peace. You got to choose. Do you want to be controlled by how you feel or by what you're building? Because one will drain you and the other will grow you. People who move with purpose don't waste time explaining their decisions. They don't need approval. They let the outcome speak. You can tell when someone's moving on emotion. They overthink, they overreact, they overexplain. But purpose makes you precise. You don't chase, you attract. You don't panic, you prepare. The world gonna test you. Life gonna throw situations that make you emotional. But you can't let that energy decide your future. You gotta learn how to pause. Don't move fast, move right. That's how you stay in control. Emotions are signals, not direction. Feel them, understand them, but don't let them drive. You're the driver. Purpose is your map. When you move with purpose, everything becomes intentional. The way you talk, the people you keep, the work you do, it all aligns. You stop wasting motion. You start valuing your time. You stop trying to prove something and start becoming something. That's when peace finds you. That's when progress becomes natural. It's easy to get lost in your feelings, especially in a world that tells you to react to everything. But the real ones, they stay composed. They know every move has a consequence. They don't let emotions burn bridges they still need to cross. They don't let pride stop them from learning. They don't let fear stop them from starting. At the end of the day, purpose is the anchor. It keeps you steady when storms hit. Emotion will make you crash, but purpose will make you climb. Move with intent. Think before you act. Let your next step always align with your bigger picture. Because when your moves are guided by purpose, you don't just chase success, you build legacy.